You know, the funny thing about videos is that they're kind of just like an investment because you never really know whether a video is going to be uploaded or not. Because, you know, sometimes, even if it's for your own channel, you don't know, maybe you'll get some better content or you'll decide that it's not worthy of uploading, and then you might not upload it. So it is kind of like an investment. That's kind of escalated a bit when you're talking Pokemoshpitbeta because Pokemoshpitbeta does get a lot of stuff, and you never know whether you'll be the next upload. But I'm just going to narrate this with the mindset that I actually did get in. So, hey, what's up, Pokemoshpitbeta? My name is MegaWolfman49, and if you're not familiar with my content, I'm pretty sure they'll leave a link in the description to my stuff. Basically, I just do Wi-Fi battles and walkthroughs and, you know, all that other good stuff. But I have a mixed tier match here, as you can see from the team preview, against my good friend Kameloxyx. So I do have connections on the inside. So I'm just kidding. But anyway, so we don't play with team preview because I went over his house and stuff, and usually we don't play with team preview because we want it to be a bit more challenging. So as you can see, I have my Therian form Landris. This is my first time using it. Well, first couple of times using it, so obviously I've used it before. And I have my Dragonite here, and then two you guys, and I have them all stacked next to each other, so you know it's a good time. So anyway, let's just get right into the battle. So I am going to lead off with my Therian form Landris, while he leads off with his Nidoking. So obviously I have the type advantage and everything other advantage here. So he goes for the Earth Power here. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. And I go for the U-turn, obviously trying to switch out here because, you know, just getting damage off. And I actually do get a crit right away. And I know a lot of people are say, oh my god, there's a crit. You know, this battle officially sucks. You know what? I'll take the crit. Because, you know, without crits, this game would be boring. I mean, damage variation isn't going to really make that big of a difference. It's like 50 damage at a time. So whatever. He goes for the Ice Beam, and that is going to do a pretty good amount of to my Dragonite. I obviously did not predict him to have the Ice Beam, so I went for the substitute. Obviously that doesn't work, so I just decided to Extreme Speed and take it out, which I could have done in the beginning, but, you know, hindsight's 2020, so I don't really care. I mean, it's a good battle either way. So he sends in his Gengar, so obviously I don't want to really deal with this Gengar right now, and I predicted him to go for a Shadow Ball, so I decided to, you know, go into my Togekiss, who is immune to it. So now that I know he's going to switch out, I decided to T-Wave whatever, whether he stays in or switches out, because Gengar is really fast, and without its speed, it's kind of useless. But he actually goes into his Bastiodon, and I T-Waved that. Now you might be thinking, oh, look, you T-Waved a wall, isn't that good? Well, it actually is, because I do get the full pair on the first turn and the second turn, so he just can't touch me. And the thing about this Amoonguss is, I don't really have that many teams, because I'm kind of new to this whole thing. So that's actually the Amoonguss from my NU Rain team, so it does carry Rain Dance for some strange reason. So it wasn't really that useful. I mean, I didn't really need it in the end, so whatever. So he does get full paired a lot, and I go into my Landorus Therian form. Gotta get used to saying that. So I am able to take him out because, you know, super effective and stuff. So now he goes into his Gengar, and obviously I can't stay in because I am Choice Banded, and this thing does have Levitate. So I decided to go into my Togekiss again. Now obviously that was a bit of an obvious play, but I had to switch into something, and I thought Togekiss would be my best bet, because the most you can do is neutral damage. And he does go for the Focus Blast, which does a pretty meh amount, not really that much. So I go for the T-Wave, and he predicts that well, and he goes to for the substitute. So that was a pretty good play on his part. So now that he's behind his sub, he can start firing off Focus Blasts more freely. So, but since I am a Togekiss, does do neutral damage. Blah, 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 blah. So I managed to break this up with the Air Slash. So now he goes for another substitute, and me here just not playing games. I decided to go for the Roost because I knew that he'd do something like that. Probably predicting me to go for a, you know, Thunder Wave or something like that. So I do manage to get myself to full health as he goes for the Focus Blast and misses. So now I can just fire off an Air Slash, and that will break his sub. So he only has enough health for one more substitute, and I am just going to easily take that out with an Air Slash. So here I'm just thinking, okay, this is going to be an easy KO. But he actually does carry the Pain Split. And I was thinking for a second he might have the Destiny Bond, which would be worse, but he actually has a Pain Split, which is pretty bad for me because now he's sitting at a pretty good chunk of HP, but that also does let me get off a Thunder Wave, which is pretty crucial because now his Gengar is pretty useless at this point. So now I'm just going to proceed to start paraflinching him and stuff, because, you know, that's what Togekiss does. You can't really even consider flinches from Togekiss or Jirachi even hacks because it has Serene Grace, so that's gonna happen. It's part of the game. It's part of the mechanics of the game. So whatever. So he goes into his Luxray here. So I obviously don't want to take anything from this Luxray, so I go into my Pikachu, predicting him to go for a Spark or something like some electric move. I don't even know what Luxrays carry, but he actually predicts that. he told me that he was predicting me to go into my Landorus Therian form, but whatever. My Pikachu dies without me actually being able to do anything. So now I go into my Landorus here, and I get the Intimidate off, which is going to be pretty good, which means I definitely now, I know with the burn and everything, I can live a hit. Well, then again, he has guts, so maybe not. Whatever. I am able to take him out because I'm faster than him and I'm Choice Banded and stuff. So now he sends in this Scizor, and this Scizor is very irritating, but I know this is his weird Scizor, or well, it's disguised as a weird Scizor. It's actually the Zoroark, as you can see from the fact that it has Dark Pulse. So he lives with this Focus Sash, and with one more Dark Pulse, I believe he is able to take me out. And the thing about his Scizor is, so now he reveals his last team member, because I mentioned before we weren't playing with Team Preview and I didn't know who it was. So now I bring in my Dragonite, and he goes into his Scizor. Now this Scizor is a weird Scizor carrying an Aqua Berry. And first, I'm like, you know what? He'll just go for the natural gift or whatever move it is, and it'll just be a fire move. He can't really hurt me because I don't have a Ferrothorn or anything that's really weak to fire anymore. So I decide to go into my Togekiss as he goes for the Bolt Punch. Now, obviously, that isn't going to do too much because I am a Togekiss, and Togekiss is a Togekiss. So I go for the T-Wave here, and I believe he predicted me to... No, my screen. Okay. He predicted me to go for the Roost, and that's why he went for the Bug Buzz. Or Bug Bite, my bad. And whatever, which one of the two it was. So he goes for the Bullet Punch here, and it takes me out, but I do manage to paralyze this thing, which pretty much means that this is almost my game. I mean, a paralyzed Scizor is pretty useless. Well, not really, it does have Bullet Punch, but Bullet Punch isn't going to do anything. So now I bring in my Dragonite, and my Dragonite was at full HP, and he was like, why is your Dragonite at full HP? But it's actually my Zoroark. Now, the thing is, he carries the Aqua Berry, and I didn't realize it, but the Aqua Berry actually weakens the power of fire type moves. So he did have a chance of living it, but I am a Zoroark, and I do have pretty high special attack and stuff. And also he's a Scizor and it's pretty weak to it, so he's not going to live that. And then I'm easily able to take him out with Sucker Punch. So I am going to be able to take him out. That is, I believe, a 3-0 victory for me. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch the video. And if you like my content / style of narration, definitely check out my channel. And also my opponent's channel, but I'm pretty sure you already know who he is. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys more on this channel. So yeah, bye.